later. So I've started that. Good afternoon. I'm Tara Solomon Smith, one of K-State Research and Extension's Family Consumer Science Agent. And I will start my video for a little bit. I don't have the best internet, so I will not run it the whole time. I am joined by a counterpart of mine, Elizabeth Bronchine Cartagena, and she is from Sedgwick County, and I will visit more about her later. We are excited you joined us in this educational format. A little bit of housekeeping for you. We'll probably keep everybody muted for the most part in case, just to keep the background noise at a minimum. We do have some interactions that you will be able to take part in, and anytime you have a question, then you can put that in the chat box. I'll show you where that is in a moment, and I will be checking that periodically. With that, I will move forward with the topic at hand, bonding through board games. And we have the very author of this fact sheet. Elizabeth has an amazing passion for families, relationships, and their growth. Bonding through board games had its origin from a previous state specialist. However, it was Elizabeth who really expanded the program and had it branded. And she had her first mega event in 2010, and it has just grown from there. With that, I will turn it over to Elizabeth. I'm going to unmute you, Elizabeth.
Welcome everybody to Bonding Through Board Games. Yes, my name is Elizabeth Bronchine Cartagena, like Tara said, and I am the Family Life and Resource Management in the Sedgwick County Extension. This is has been one of the programs that it has really been my passion, although everything I do, I'm a very passionate person. But Bonding Through Board Games, it is something that I am a witness because my own family has been playing board games since day one. And my husband is German descendant, so all my Bronchine family, that's what they know. They're known for board games. So, and I have seen the impact in my own family, so I am very confident in what I'm sharing with you, that it is real, it's a real experience. And I wanted to pass that to you and to your families. And we're going to start with the objectives of the program, and hopefully at the end, you are going to be able to understand and define the purpose of this program and the games. And these games are called the Euro games, the Euro style games, the German games. It's all the same. And also, you're going to be able to develop or to understand the major qualities of successful and strong families, and to know how to build and strengthen family cohesion and really build those strong memories through a common enjoyable experience. For me, those memories are very important. Anything that you have as in your memories are the ones that kind of impact your life. And having beautiful moments kind of like help some people that have been later on in life are in depression and they don't feel like that sense of meaning in life. And those are the memories that come to their mind and said, no, I belong to a family that have been having these experiences and I go back to normal again. So I would like to then ask you your personal experience. How many of you can raise your hand, have been involved, with board games since you were a kid? And sometimes like, oh no, my family's never played games, but what about a neighbor or a friend that you have that play board games? And so you can share with that, with who you were involved with board games. We would like to know. All right, siblings, parents, grandparents, that is awesome. And friends, okay? That is so great. And I bet you have the memories that you have. I bet are the good ones. And of course, sometimes there's like that being competitive, and we don't like that. But this is something that shaped us as a person. You know, not everything good shaped us. It's just also the obstacles and the things that we don't like that make us shape in different way and be more understanding. So let me give you a very brief history of the board games. And we're going to start with the first findings that I have found, in history. The next slide will be what kind of games were there long time ago. So one of the things that they have found is dice. It was made out of baked clay from 2360 to 2150 before Christ or BC. Also, they have found another piece, a board. So a board, it was made out of ivory and rock, crystals and glass paste, but also they have gold and silver on it. I think that will be something to really, everybody would like to have. But of course, those are things that the elite will have. Not everybody will have. And they also found playing cards that have been dated from 1390, 1410. So those are what they have found. I mean, they maybe have more. But it is amazing how from that time, humans like to entertain themselves with board games or some kind of game. And the next slide will be showing you what happened to games in 20th century. So if you see, they're mass produced, which is more affordable. It's not just for just few people, but more people can buy it. And it's something that the whole family can play. And I know you are familiar with those Monopoly in 1903, and Yahtzee, and Scrabble, and Clue. So all of those are the ones that are more for us, But then we can keep going in how did the game spread out. Now they became more friendly on different things. They become more appealing. They became something the whole family wanted to play. Terry, if you don't mind to go to the next slide. And so being friendly themes and more colorful and more things that to think about, it is really something that people wants to do. And you can see those board games are going to be more and more attractive and more levels. And the first one coming to United States as a Euro game was in 1995. That's not long ago. It's called the Settlers of Catan. And also Carcassonne came after that in 2000. And Ticket to Ride came in 2004. And Quirkle 2006. The one that really hooked me in all of this was Ticket to Ride. I don't know if you have played that before, but it's making routes with trains, and it's a very fun game. And they have different versions too. So, and then the next slide will be what kind of games are around today. So like I said, they're going to be different type of game, different levels, and they become more diverse, and it's something that the whole family would like to play and grow together. And we have examples of cooperative games. It's like, playing Beating the Game. And we had that for little kids, young kids doing the cooperative game that will help a lot of those kids that don't want to lose. But also the sense of the teamwork is there. And if you like history, we have a lot of games with history and simple games like with cards and numbers. And also we have the complex games like Medici. The games that we have in our programs are not that complex because really your games could be complex. And so we have different levels. But Medici, I like it to play, and for me, it's more thinking, but it's not like difficult. So we have for every age and different taste. We have games for all of us. the things that we want to do is like any game that can grandma and grandpa and grandkids and everybody can play at the same time. So why we choose Euro games and not other type of games? Well, one of the things that we are looking for is that the players are not eliminated. We want to keep all the players from the beginning until the end. Guess, can you tell me why is one of the key components that we want to, even if you don't have the Euro games, find a game that the family is from the beginning until the end all together. What do you think will be that, what will be that an important thing to look in a game? You can raise your hand. If you go in your participants, I think you can raise your hand there.
That's correct. You can do that, or if you don't feel comfortable with that, go ahead and write it in the chat box and I can relay that message to everyone. You should be able to see it as well.
And I'm going to keep with the other reasons. And once we have that, maybe Tara, you can share why it's so important for the players not to be eliminated. So we like also the strategy, any decision making that you do, will have a high significance in the results, isn't it? And playtime is predictable. Every box of game will have the time that will take that game to play. So if there's something that you want short, you go for the 15 minutes or 30 minutes. And so in general, we de-emphasize luck when that die is rolled or any card is rolled. You still have some kind of control of your decision. It's not just like, oh, because that's the way that is. We require that you plan and you think, even if it's a simple thing. And so we also like this game because they have a theme. Like Ticket to Ride is a theme of trains going from one place to other. They have abstract species, like we have, if you see in our logo, it's like a shape of a person. This is called a meeple. Instead of people, we call it a meeple. And we are going to find that in many games. But you know, I have a game that is called Cartagena, which is my last name, by the way. But there are pirates escaping from a jail. So it's just a theme. They're not going to teach you how to escape from a jail, you know? But it's just like a theme to make it colorful. And I'm from the Caribbean, so I love things that are pirates. So, but all of our games are simple to learn because we want every single family to jump in, even if they're not familiar with the games. Did anybody answer or give an idea of why the players shouldn't be eliminated?
Well, nothing has been listed, Liz.
Okay, well, let me give you the reason. Because this program is to keep the family together. If a game kicks somebody out, that person is not with the other ones. So we want that experience, the whole family to have the same experience for the beginning and the end. Because there's so many levels of bond with each other to learn different things. And that's what we want, the whole package at once. Okay, let's go to the next one. And let's talk then about Maslow hierarchy of needs. Maslow is a philosopher that is involved with human development, and he has a theory. And we brought this example because one of the tiers is where board games will fit very well. So he thought that for a person to develop, the first thing that they have to have is the physiological, the air, water, shelter, food, sleep, clothing, and so on. Once they have that met, that person can go to the next level, which is safety. personal safety, financial safety, like employment, health, resources that he can manage and be healthy. And once you have that, the next level, you are ready for connecting with people and have friendship and family and sense of somebody is acknowledging you, you belong to a group, that's your identity. And then if you have that, you'll be able to work on your self-esteem. You feel respected, strong self-esteem, your status, you are recognized, your inner strength is strong. And once you met those needs, then you will be able to decide to become the most that one can be. So you are full of all equipped to just function and flourish in life. And so we're going to be more focusing on the third one. So the third one is what involves the feelings, the love, like I said, to be accepted, to be acknowledged. And this need could be a romantic relationship as well as ties with friends and family members. And includes our needs to feel that we belong to a group. You know, the first group that we have is our family. And it is something that you feel connected, welcome, you feel love, and you will be able to love others. And so it is amazing how it is connected. The social ties that you have is connected with your health. There's a study that indicate that individuals with adequate relationship, social relationship, have a 50% greater likelihood of survival to those they don't. And the magnitude of the effect is comparable with quitting smoking, and it exceeds many well-known risk factors for mortality like obesity or physical inactivity. That is that important. That's why I love this program a lot, because it gives you the connection with neighbors, with friends, with family, of course, as a first group, among siblings, and it is making you fulfill that inner need that you have. You don't choose to have that need. It comes with you. You're born and you have to connect with people. And you can see that when kids go for the first time in school or for first time to some kind of group, and then the next day I say, okay, let's go and go to the group. And some kids, no, I don't want to go. I don't have friends. That is the need of connecting. Or if you're invited to a party and nobody pay attention to you, nobody talks to you, and you feel like, what a waste of time. I don't want to go back again. Because that connection, we have to feel that we're connected, accepted, acknowledged. And so that is so important for that third tier to have it in life. And so we are focusing in that a lot. And there is a research that was made that they studied many families around the world. Those strong families, why? What makes them strong? And what I like was done worldwide. So it was not just like United States or other country, but all the countries. And they found 6 traits. The first one is the people carved quality time. That was devoted time, no interruptions. And there were 6, and I put it in the order that I see when we play board games. We carve time, and when you carve, and you think about any like a friendship relationship, for example. If I spend time with you a lot, I start growing appreciation for you and your uniqueness. There's things that I like and there's things I don't like. That button that I know you will get mad, I will not go there because I want to keep my relationship growing. But it's because I spend time with you and I know all those different levels that you have. And when it's appreciation grows, the communication is open. I can talk to you about things I will not talk to anybody else. It's open and I feel relaxed. And if I had to tell you something, hey, you're eating too much junk food, don't you think? You will get it, take it as somebody that cares. and you're not going to feel offended. And you are going to tell me, of course, all your excuses, but that conversation was open. The next one is the values and convictions, what I call the emotional glue formation of that relationship or that family. And we're going to go one by one later. And then when that communication is open, I can say, hey, cheating is not good in this game. Just, you have to be fair, you have to be transparent. And so all those values you can bring when you are playing board games, or, you have to be more patient with your sister. She's really making it, trying to make it this game. And all those things that you have that environment to bring all those values. And when those problems comes in life, we have those coping skills, which are the emotional glue that you taught before in action. That, for example, that teenager that is mad is not going to be throwing, slamming doors and cursing, because that was not the way that we have been teaching our kids, for example. And so when that problem comes, everybody goes together, and all of those skills are going to be built. The more you play games, the more it's just like you teach them in a kind of like it's kind of a slide, it's not really saying this is this, 1 and 2 3. It's just in the game you start teaching all those things. And when problems in life comes, we are committed to each other as a family. No matter what, how far my teenager goes, he knows he can come back and he's having our back. We're going to get you. So, and you will say, hey, Liz, I don't play board games, and I don't know how. I would like to have that strong family, but I don't know about all the traits, how I'm going to do it. We have examples for you that you're going to see that it's not that complicated. The first one that we talked about was spending time together. So the strong families try to find time to spend together. And the board games, the cool things of the board game is that provide a face-to-face interaction. It is a very key component in the human connection with each other. And it helps families to get connected and create lasting memories. One of the things that we are kind of like having the awareness is that with the technology, we're losing that face-to-face interaction, and which is the part that I can start knowing you more, because your body language is going to tell me so many things more than verbal. And so one of the things that we are going to do is, the first thing is to schedule a regular day and time that everybody can be there. So you come together, say, okay, maybe Thursdays are the day that we don't have too many things. We can schedule it, and everybody knows, and nobody is going to add any more commitments to that. And it is kind of like, we do that in different things. When we have a doctor's appointment, you write it down. You don't want to forget that. And you don't do any other commitments because it's important for you. So it's the same with board games. Take it that seriously, because it is for the well-being of your family. So you write it down, there's no commitments, and keep it short the first time, because some kids are not used to it. Get a game that is short, 15 minutes, that's it. And they will ask you more. Well, let's play that again. And so you know that your family can handle more games that are longer. And avoid choosing a board game that is too rigid, or kids don't like it, something that everybody likes. It's like anything. You want to teach something to your kid, you go slow and simple and enjoyable until they get it. And one of the things that we have to do is only the family members are going to be in that time, that special time, that quality time. We're going to leave all the electronics away, because once the electronics are with us, we are going to start like going into things where the focus is divided. And one of the examples that I do is like when you have to have a birthday, grandma's birthday, you want just a family member there. You don't want a stranger, because then you have to divide their attention. We want people that have to be there together. You can have the electronics to take pictures and have that memory and show other people, but that's it. Not texting, not answering phones Coke or anything. And one of the things is like, other ideas that we have is to keep a stash of games somewhere that is visible. Because sometimes when things are hidden, I kind of forget. But if I have something that is visible, the games are there, I pass by, it's like, oh, I remember how much we have fun with this game. And it kind of like the desire stays. And then somebody says, hey, let's play a game. Oh, let's go and get that one that we have so much fun. And so another thing is like to choose, sometimes we want to eat snack, but the snack, make sure that it's not sticky, that it will damage the things on the game. And it's like anything else. You have something that is new or is important to you, you're not going to come with your dirty hands and touch that book or touch that plasma screen, you know, and it's the same with board games. And so it will last longer. And also, let's go to the next trait. That one is showing appreciation and affection. Remember, the more we spend time together, that desire of being with that person grows more, and the patience grows more, and everything grows because you want to be with that person. And so strong families show one another that they are loved, and the family members show the appreciation in different ways. Could be verbal, but it could be nonverbal. And so the board games deepen the friendship and the respect and the individuality. Like I said, everybody is unique. And so we start appreciation that way. And talking about the how much conversation or how much message I send when I talk, only 35% is verbal. 65 is nonverbal. So that's the beauty of board games. 65 I get from you. And that's why sometimes we play and they say, hey, put your poker face. Kind of like, don't say anything, but because it is, the body tells you so much. Like when you, your facial expressions, your tone of voice, how you move, the appearance, the eye contact, my goodness, that's a lot of information there. In your gestures and your posture, how you look, like if you're looking too much, you know, you're kind of reading what your eyes are reading. And so it is very important to sometimes not to give too much, but that's the nature of the face-to-face interaction. So don't be afraid to laugh and create that fun environment. And one of the things I want you to start doing now while I talk, it is, you have a handout that it is the attributes that we can see in people or the adjectives. And I would like you to write down 3 members of your family. And I want you to write an attribute for each one. So you can say, my sister, she is caring, or my dad is playful. I want you to do that because, and to label it and assign it to the person that you think has those qualities. Because sometimes we talk about appreciation and we appreciate so many people, but we don't take the time to say it or to just write it down. And if you have the chance, please tell that person what you wrote, because that impact is amazing. You never know how low emotionally that person feels, and when you said it, how you feel about them is just like what they need in that day. And we're going to use that list or what you choose next time in the next trait, because we are going to use the appreciation while we play games. And so talking about the affectionate appreciation, he says that teach respect for how the person is, and each individual is unique, and that is important to be respected. You know, if my sister doesn't think quick, because that's what she is. She takes time for everything. Then I have to say, okay, that's how she is. I mean, just give it, time. And so if it's a person that has a lot of humor and he keeps saying jokes, just, laugh about it, and because that's how he is. And like I said, show appreciation, appreciation, and make that environment kind of like enjoyable and fun, because that's what we want in our time together. So the next trait, Tara is going to share with you, and please take that, keep that list of the attributes, because there's a part that we're going to share that appreciation, and you can chat put in the chat what you wrote.
Thank you, Liz. Yes, I went ahead and put a word that I thought of. You can just put the adjective or the compliment or the word you're thinking of. I put fun loving, and I would assign that to my little sister, Kelly. She kind of brings the fun to the family. And my older sister just keeps us organized. So that's a good thing too. So if you would, go ahead and take a moment. You don't have to put your family member's name. Maybe it's a neighbor or a grandchild or someone you play games with though. And go ahead and put the adjective or descriptor or appreciation or compliment that you would provide with them in the chat box, just so I can read it, so we can all share in some of that and think about that. Has everyone been able to locate the chat box? It should have popped up. There's some. Perfect. Wonderful. Competitive. Yes, my older sister's the competitive one too. Philosophical, quick-witted, helpful. I love those. Thanks for sharing, Becca and Meredith. Loving. Yes. Sometimes there is that person that's very much the supporter, the encourager, kind, adventurous, and thoughtful. Thank you for sharing, and keep those in mind to be inspired to give compliments when you are playing with your family. So our next trait is open communication and good listening. Strong families are able to communicate openly and effectively with one another. Teach that it is important to reach an agreement. While depending on the game you're playing, there may or may not always be a winner or loser, but if there is, reaching an agreement is an important piece in achieving an end goal. And you may just never see eye to eye. If you think in life, you've probably said the word, well, I'm going to agree to disagree. But as long as it's conducted in a positive manner, it's a great life skill. And share your emotions. While playing games, this allows individuals to practice this skill in a relaxed setting. So if somebody's feeling hurt or annoyed, it's better to express this feeling. It's good to express this feeling, but do it in this non-accusatory formula. So state their name, state how it's making you feel, and then end with a request. So here's an example. Joseph, when you say I am a loser, I feel hurt. Please be kind when you talk to me. So what a great practice that is. Our next trait, we're going to visit about family values. We actually all have them, and some, since I've gone through this presentation, I've realized that some I don't even think about, but I've learned that they are instilled and we're practicing them as a family. I just didn't always think about it as teaching values. But you can teach them and you can incorporate them in this board play. Strong families believe in a higher power. Board games allow for beliefs and values to be shared through positive play. And they also provide teaching moments for parents and children. So here are some examples of values you might share and how they're relayed in playing games. Compassion, for example. So you're helping when somebody is not understanding the rules. You're helping and encouraging and explaining. Empathy, understanding and feeling the frustration of others. Fairness, avoiding cheating. It definitely instills this. Patience, taking turns. Hardworking, giving your best. Endurance, So staying in the game until the end. And board play can be an opportunity to encourage to do what is right no matter what. So I have another poll that we're going to launch for you to participate in briefly. And I apologize that my computer lags a little bit, my internet lags, but it should be showing on your screen. Please select your top 2 family values. So you can choose more than one. I know there might be some that's not even on there, so we do have an other option if there's something that's really strong for you. If you scroll to the bottom, there's a other option. So if you could select your favorite 2. Looks like we got some good participation. I'll wait just a little bit longer. And that was one of the handouts we emailed you. Maybe you haven't been able to find it yet or been to your email yet, but so there's a whole list. It's an exhaustive list and it was hard to pick just a few. Thank you for participating. I'm going to end the polling and I'll share the results with you. Looks like respect and responsibility were some of the top ones, and those are definitely some values that can be taught here. So thank you. So our next trait is the ability to cope under stress and crisis, and how timely is that during this time? Strong families pull together and draw strength from one another when problems arise. Board games help to develop adaptability, to see that dead ends in a game, see them as opportunities to find new solutions. They help you to think outside of the box and to bounce back from struggles in the game. With this trait, we continue sharing the family beliefs and values, but it's actually putting them into action a little bit more. So for example, you're providing support by helping each other to understand the game. You're cheering up a family member who is discouraged and you reaffirm their skills and abilities. And I love the next one, that ear image. Let everybody know that there are different ways to achieve a goal in a game. It is wise to listen to advice. That old adage, 2 ears and 1 mouth, you have that for a reason. We encourage you to be creative in pursuing and reaching the goal. Just like in life, when plan A doesn't work, we recognize that there are many ways to accomplish things, so don't give up. And create resiliency. I like the term fail forward. Acknowledge growth and what did work and where progress has been made, and apply this to your gameplay. And then bounce back from what didn't work and try again. Our final trait, oops, I'm sorry, I skipped too early. Our final trait for today is strong commitment to each other. Strong families make their relationships a high priority. They face the same difficulties as everyone and have bad times, but they just do not destroy them. They work together to solve their issues. So this reiterates, set a game date. You know, you want to stick to it, be a little more consistent, but be flexible for unknown situations. But don't just let it slip away. Go back to the schedule, know what caused or happened to interfere with that, and encourage all members to help if a member is in need. Give your 100% to each member of your family. No distractions allowed. You know, our family does this at our dinner table. We don't allow phones. If the phone rings, we don't answer it. But honestly, when we're doing activities or playing games, that's not always the case. So I appreciated this reminder. Focus on bonding and not the board. So give priority to what is really going on around the table. So not just the board game, not just what's going on the board. Board games are a tool to keep everybody bonded, creating a sense of belonging and commitment. Keep creating those memories for the next generation. You know, it's traditions that you remember later in life, and playing games with my grandparents is actually a tradition that I remember. So I'll turn it back over to Liz.
Okay, thank you, Tara. So those are ideas on how to implement each trait, and we hope that you come with more idea, more understanding of how you can achieve that with your family, because it's just very important for everybody to understand and be in the same page. One of the things that I want to share with you is how this program has worked in other places, and we would like you to have some kind of share with us in your community how can this program can be implemented in organizations in the community or in churches and schools. But this is how far we have done. We have every other month we have games on the extension office, and we invite the whole community. And so we have board games over there. They come. We have a table with a board, a game board, a board game, sorry, board game. And we have also a volunteer. That volunteer, sorry, is going to help to teach the game and to the family that comes. Sometimes the families, they know the game, and it's just kind of like helping them to have that enjoyable time. And also that volunteer is responsible to bring all the pieces back to the box. That's how we keep having, games that we can use for years. Also, we have been going to different schools, the public schools. They had a family night. They invite us there too. And where you see the Soapy the Cloud, that was an event with the young professionals that they were fixing some houses in the community. And so we came here under the tree and play board games with the families that cannot be in the house or the community that was helping. But we also have been in different organizations in the community, like Circles, Salvation Army, Domestic Violence Group. So just think, and when you find a group that would like to have this game, please contact the agent that is in your county, and so that community can have this resource. The next one, it is also more places that we have been there. And so we go to public school, but also private schools. And in Wichita, we have the exploration place where they have invited us many times. Different exhibitions that they have, we have been, exhibition runs maybe 2 or 3 months, but we have been every other Saturday or whatever they need us from us. And celebrations in school, like special ones, we have been doing the Grandparents' Day. But you can customize this for any group. The thing is like to help them to connect and strengthen the relationship of that group. The next one, it is a list of the top 10 games that I think anybody that would like to start a program like this can have, or to the family to know something to start with. So I put the amount of players, the age, the appropriate age to start that game, the time. So if you don't have too much time or your family is just starting, 15 minutes, maybe that's enough, or 20, 30. So it depends of the time that you have. And I put some prices there for you to have some idea, but maybe when you go, it will be in sale, or it's less, or could be more, could be out of stock. So you have to really go and Google it online. I have eBay, I have other Amazon. So just for you to have an idea, okay? And so now is the time for you to answer asking us some questions so we can answer you whatever you have in mind. But we're looking in the community, family groups, going to school, organizations, or any other place that you think will help.
Liz, we did have some great questions in the chat.
Yes.
Some of it has been answered. And actually one individual was thinking ahead about an activity, and then your slide really helped with that with the prices. But one was asking, does the extension office offer games and or Reese's to use for family nights. So Liz, I know you kind of explained that a little bit, but do you, are you at every event or do you check out these games as well?
I go to as many as I can go because I like to take pictures, to talk to the families. I really, really enjoy that. Few times I haven't been able to go because we have meetings and stuff, but the volunteers have been going. And one of the big help that we have had is with the Wichita Police Department. So officers are my volunteers, other people too, but these the officers, they go to schools. They have gone to other places that I cannot go. Sometimes we go together. Sometimes if I cannot go, they go and help. So somebody usually is there from our group, but sometimes very few times that I have not been there or the officers.
Very good. Thank you. The other question was about affordable ones. One of the schools is actually making some packets to send home, so which is an awesome idea. They were looking at, I think, 10 to 15. So your slide was very helpful on that. Has there been a couple that's been your most cost effective over the years, Liz?
Sometimes when you buy more than one, then you have a shipping fee, and that helps a lot. But Target is starting to bring more and more of those games. So sometimes they have in a sale, so that's the way you go, and that's the way I go, where they have something in sale. And some of them, Walmart has them. Sushi Go is one of the ones that has $10. Spotted is $10, or you have to find the time or the time of a good time for the price. Sometimes it's just in a sale, or sometimes it's a place where you go to buy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. And I also mentioned, we personally, the Wildcat District doesn't have grants, or but games right now, but I thought, well, we could look at some of our community foundations to get some grants so that we could have that.
Well, if you know a store that they sell it, maybe they would like to donate, and you have to explain the program and what is the intention. And so many they like that when they have a purpose. And remember, on this time of the COVID, board games are a very strong resource for mental health. You play games, your mind is out of whatever the TV says or the radio says that is going on. You are just in a different place. So give you a break, a mental break. So the mental health, it is covered with when you do board games. And so I think so many stores or people that would like to donate, for your program, will be more willing to, this time, that you explain it that way. They're willing to help you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, great idea. Thank you. Well, that is it. Those were great questions. Thank you for reaching out, everybody. So now we have some more, another activity for you.
Yes. So I have been testing different board games to do in Zoom, like right now. And so one of them that it is something that you will find even at Walmart. It's called the 5-second rule. And as many people can play. So what it is like, I have a timer, and it is 5-second timer, and I have questions, and you have to answer the question in 5 seconds to get that score. Okay, so there in this game they have simple questions, or sometimes like we have to think more, so you have to be quick in your answer. But we want to try this one with you. And so we are going to, Tara, since you see all the participants, you can call one by one and I will ask you the question and I'll put a timer. So I can see
Okay.
everybody.
So how about I be the guinea pig first?
Okay.
And Liz was saying that we can actually, you don't even have to have the game. You could just make cards and do it yourself, which is awesome. So,
This is
okay,
amazing.
I'm going to see
Yes.
how fast of a thinker I am.
Yes. Okay, Tara, name 3 things found at the circus. Go.
Clown, elephant, tents.
All right, you did it. You did it on time. Okay.
I'm gonna call on Delta. I'm gonna put you on the spot since I know you. Let me see if I can mute you.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, thanks.
All right, Delta. Name 3 kitchen appliances. Go.
Stove, fridge, microwave.
All right.
You guys are good.
I know.
In my kitchen, so that kind of helps.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay.
So I'm going to see, Becca, are you brave enough? Would you be willing to participate?
They're simple questions, just like, thinking about it. So you have to really.
Okay. I've unmuted you. We'll give it a go.
Is she there?
I'm here.
Okay, good. Okay. Name 3 types of hats. Go.
A ball cap, a beret, and a Santa hat.
All right.
Nice.
Got in there.
Good work.
Okay, who's next?
Yes, let's do, Liz, are you going to do another activity? If so, I'll just do one more guest, but.
Yes. Well, this is the one that I want for now because the other one have to be.
Okay. So Janet, I'm going to unmute you. See if I can unmute you. Sometimes I have.
Okay.
There she is. She's ready.
All right.
Hi.
Name 3 things you shouldn't do in a funeral. Go.
At a funeral, 3 things. I'm blank. Laugh.
Yeah, laugh.
Be noisy. Get up and leave.
Okay. All right. The time runs out, but I like to hear those ideas because for next time when somebody asks me, I know.
Excellent.
How many people? Any other person have? Is in the.
Okay, and one more person. We'll do Lori.
Oh, yay. Okay.
Okay. 3. Name 3 excuses to give for calling off work.
You're sick. Your grandma died. Your dog's sick.
Okay.
You guys are great. Good job.
Okay, we have another person.
Oh,
we're going to do every person.
What's that?
We're going to try to get one for each person. So just to give
you. Okay, Meredith, I have you unmuted. Yes. All right, okay. Ready.
All right. Name 3 things you might find in the garage. Go.
Car, wrench, bucket.
Ooh.
Right.
These are fast. Okay, and then Michelle.
Okay.
Let's see. Now I've unmuted you. Are you ready, Michelle? Okay, we'll try Janine. I'm going to unmute. Janine, are you ready?
Okay.
All right. Name 3 things found in a toolbox. Go.
Screwdriver, hammer, wrench.
Okay. All right. Do we have more people?
I think that's it.
Okay. So you see, this is something that you don't have. Only one person can have the questions. And a timer, you can use the phone or any other timer. So we still can play virtually without being, having the need to have being in person or everybody to have the game. Just one person will have the game. I have others, and I think I'm going to have invitations for people to join me and play the game. So stay tuned for the next time that Sarah will send an invitation, and it's just for playing more board games virtually.
Oh, whoops. That sounds awesome. Looks like we have, I do want to share my screen one more time because we do want to get your evaluation. We always like to improve our programs. Oh, so the game, there was a question, Liz. The game you just played was 5-second rule, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
5-second rule.
Thank you. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that you can complete this evaluation. If you have an iPhone, you can open up your camera and place it over the QR code. You don't have to have a separate app. And something will pop up at the top, and it'll take you directly, a link will pop up at the top, and it'll take you directly to the evaluation. I'm also going to place a link in the chat box right now that you can go to, and it's not very long, so we appreciate any feedback you could provide. You can copy that link from the chat box, take it directly over to a web browser if you're at one on your computer, and take our short evaluation to help us improve. And we do thank you so much. Are there any other questions? I don't want to miss anybody or an opportunity to talk about something. Okay. We also have, we're continuing to find new ways to put information out there. And one way to do that, for people that you don't even have to have a smartphone to do it, is to text. So if you can share my screen or see my screen, I am going to, if you text, I'm sorry, if you text the message at ERL365 to the number 81010, you will get a short message. They can only be 140 characters, but it'll be a basic health and wellness message with a link that you can go to if you want more information. You can also opt to get it via email. And it will be very short. It'll be one time a week, but it's a way for us to get some more information out to maybe people that aren't on social media or on the internet at all the time. Here's a link that I'm putting in the chat if you'd like to opt in, email or text message.
And I think it will be nice if when you play board games to give the feedback to you in that way.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do create classes in this. It's Remind Platform is what it's called. And so, yeah, anybody that if we create another class, a board game class, we might ask you to join that way. Well, we do. I especially want to thank Elizabeth for being with us today. She really, she's the expert on the subject, so I invited her to do this with me because I am not the expert. So I really appreciate that, and I hope that and I know there's going to be some fun events coming out of this program.
And I really like, I want to say thank you for carving off your time to know more other resources for your family. And I know this one is a fun one, and everybody's at a different level. The thing is, like, we can start, and one of the most important thing is like any information that you have to put it in practice. That's how the impact come and the changes come when we put that in practice what we have learned. So have fun with your families and let us know how it goes.
Please reach out to us. You should have gotten our emails, but I'll go ahead and put those in the chat as well, just in case. That's mine. And then Liz, yours is Liz B.
at ksu.edu.
All right. Well, thank you. Everybody stay safe and let us know if you have any questions.
And this one will be recorded, so you can call again in case you missed something. You can review the content and share with others.
Absolutely. Thank you all.
Thank you.